Hey, what's up, viewer? I actually want to speak on that process of beginning, of starting, of doing the thing, because I feel like that's an area where a lot of people they get stumped, you know, on that activation energy, the energy required to begin the task. And I hear it over and over again that the hardest part is starting. The hardest part is just beginning the thing. You know, it's so easy to do all these other little things, but it's always difficult to just begin that thing that you know or that you believe that you should do. That thing that you want to start, but you just feel like you can't start it. And perhaps there's many reasons as to why you don't start it. Maybe because it doesn't really matter, or perhaps you feel like you don't have the qualities, or you don't have the know-how yet to begin that task. But the thing is, that you're not going to know exactly what you need. And perhaps you look at somebody else and you see the things that they use, or you see the things that they have, or what they're able to do. But perhaps that's not necessarily everything that you might need in order to perform that same task. Maybe you need more than that. Maybe you need less than that. Maybe you need a different strategy, or you need to go about it in a different way. But the key to starting is to just do it. You just do it. You just give it a go, and as you're going, you accumulate that experience. And you can assess what it is that you need, or what you might not need. Maybe it requires a lot less than you'd initially thought that it did. It's like people who are very confident, they think they could do the thing regardless. But people who aren't very confident in their capabilities, they feel like they can't do the thing, even if their capabilities exceed what is required to be able to complete that task. You're not going to know whether you have the capability to do it or not unless you try it. You have to have some kind of experience, some kind of reference of having done the thing. Because no matter how many times you watch someone else do it, you still might not understand it completely until you yourself do it. And when it comes to just starting, you just have to do it. No matter how it looks, no matter if you might feel embarrassed, or I'm sure there's plenty of people that you see, or plenty of people that you look up to, or that were able to get to where they are just by starting. Just like musicians, singers, actors. I mean, even a news reporter, or even a teacher. You know, everybody's had a teacher, and I'm sure even for teachers, there was a time where they just had to do it. Walk up in front of the students and start teaching. You know, as they say, there's a first time for everything, and that first time is always the hardest step. just beginning, that one time, that first time, because it's something that you feel like you've never done before, and that can be daunting, it could be scary, it can be repelling. And I understand that it is difficult to do things that you've never done before. But if you believe that that's something that you want to do, then regardless of whether you've ever done it or not, you just got to give it that shot. If you've done it before, great, you've got experience. And if you haven't done it yet, then you got to start at some point. Just like reading and writing, we learn how to do those things because we're prompted to at a young age. Or mathematics, or science, or history. All those things that we do as students, we do them because more or less we felt like we had to do them. And so we did, and we learned, and we were able to progress, and we were able to improve and move along in improving your own capabilities and what you're able to do. Reading, super useful. Writing, super useful. Basic math, also quite useful. Even knowing physics is very useful. It's something that we come into contact with every day, like from the movement of our own bodies to the wind blowing or the rain falling, everything. And so learning all those things, it's not a waste to learn, and it's not a waste to try new things and to gain those experiences that you can use to progress in your life, or that can help you or aid you in a way. So in the end, we did learn those things because we had to as children, and they're useful now. But now you're at a point where you don't have to do that thing. You don't have to start that thing. You don't have to, even if you feel like you want to do it, you don't necessarily have to do it. But in the end, you just do the thing. You just start because it's what you want. So do it because you want to do it, not because you feel like you have to do it. And then that's about it for a free rant. Anyhow, till next time, viewer.